For all you scholars out there, I got something new for you today. Today, I'm going to present something that you probably need in your repertoire. All right, this is for all those naysayers who think that the Israelites don't believe that, who don't think that the Israelites have the truth about who Esau is and all the other nations of the earth. But your own scholars, your own Edomite white scholars, come up with this information. And, you know, when they document this stuff is documented years and years and years ago. So I'm going to go through something real quick, and this is just for a lot of you brothers and sisters who are whose faith is not as strong as others. But this is to help you with your faith and to know who you're dealing with, okay, on a day-to-day basis here in Babylon. All right. So as we have said for years and years, when you go through the Bible, that the so-called white man is Esau. Okay. So what I'm going to show you today is a book that most or many of you probably have never heard of, but my job is to present these books so you can see that this stuff exists and what we're saying is true. So I'm going to show you a book now that you may want to put in your library. All right. And I know the saying of making many books, there is no end, but the scriptures also tell us that truth shall spring from the earth. So what I'm going to show you now is this. This book is called The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. This book was written in 1853. All right. Focus in on that date, 1853. All right. This is a reprint. This is the name of the author, William Beeston. Kessinger Legacy Reprints. Why am I showing you this? Why am I coming out with all this information? Because I told you, I study, I do research, I go deep to find information for you. I'm going to jump to page 9, and it says, "Unspeakable then must our astonishment be when we perceive that the grand secret was certainly discovered and disclosed more than 1,200 years ago, that the true answer to the question whence came the Romans may have been returned and even registered in writing before the birth of Hamashiach, that the response proceeded neither from Greek nor Roman but from the despised Jew, that it has been preserved to us in the Jewish targums or libraries, that it exists amidst the fables and impieties, the absurdities, and the blasphemies of the Jewish Talmud, which is a blasphemy, and that it may be comprehended in these 20 words. The Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and Italy is the Idumea, Rome, the Basra, which you read in Isaiah 63. This is where this is X marks the spot when Christ comes back. Of the Hebrew prophets. Okay, so I'm going to read down. It says, the descendants of Esau say, the Jewish rabbins, the sworn enemies of the descendants of Jacob, even to the end of the world, were at first a small nation inhabiting Mount Seir and the adjacent country. Mount Seir is Petra. This is contiguous to the land of Canaan. They were easily confined with their own limits. All right, this is the Edomite people. And look at this date, London, 1816. All right, so they already knew who Esau was. The so-called white men knew that he is Esau. Not Ishmael, but the so-called white man is Esau. It says, so long as the Israelites enjoyed a great and formidable empire in Canaan, but after that, the powerful republic of the 12 tribes had been destroyed by the Assyrians and the Babylonians. Okay, so where did the Israelites go? They went into Africa. You see that? So long as the Israelites enjoyed a great and formidable empire in Canaan, not Jerusalem, this is Canaan. Canaan was bigger than Shem's land. It says, but after that, the powerful republic of the 12 tribes had been destroyed by the Assyrians and Babylonians. They wonderfully increased in numbers and in strength. And this is talking about Esau. extended their dominion in the west, subjugated Italy, founded Rome and the Roman Empire, and the length entirely overturned the Jewish state, the Second Temple being destroyed by Titus Vespasian, and professing the religion of Hamashiach Yahushai, which they were the first of all nations to embrace. They hold Jacob in captivity till Messiah ben David, and all that is the Messiah of the son of David, which is Hamashiach Yahushai, shall appear. The rabbins further assert that the prophecies of the prophets against Esau, Edom, and the cities of Edom, so all of that land in Italy, Europe is Edom. Now America is Edom. This have as yet received but a partial accomplishment, and that they will obtain their fulfillment of the punishment and destruction of Rome Christian. They designate the eternal city impious Rome. They denominate her empire the impious kingdom, or kingdom of impiety, and they believe the son of David will not come until the impious kingdom shall have been extended over the whole world, which it is. They control everything, the so-called white man, the Edomites. Such is the tradition of the rabbins. And Papal Rome has done her utmost to suppress it, but without success. The 2 citations following will be sufficient for our present purpose. In the 4th chapter of the Lamentations of Jeremiah, it is written, "He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom." So judgment has not come upon Edom yet. But the way that this country is going, it's coming. We have this particular place, this country, it has a great pompous leader right now, and he is of the nation of Edom. All right, so it says the elder Buxtorf extracts the paraphrase of this passage given by the Targumists and translate the Chaldee, which is the wisdom or the wise men. It translates the Chaldee of the original into Latin by these words. So brothers struggle with this word, Chaldee. Babylon, they encompass the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans were the wise men of that day. That word still follows the wise men of Esau's day. So the wise men now are Esau. So they are considered to be Chaldeans. Okay? And translate the Chaldee of the original into Latin by these words. Now it's going into Pig Latin, and I'm not about to read this. All right? So, as you see, I got tabs all over this book, but my main job was just to show you that this book is substantiating that that this book was printed way before the truth started to blossom here in America, that Esau, the so-called white man. And there's evidence that proves that. It says the evidence of prophecy has next, what page is this? 130. It says the evidence of prophecy has next to be adduced in support of the tradition of the rabbins and in proof of the Idumean origin and the Roman people. All right, I'm going to stop right there, but I believe this is enough. It also talks about how the Aborigines were conquered by the Edomites, which are Japheth. They were conquered by the Edomites and taken over. All right, they call them the Aboriginal or Aborigine people of Europe. They were conquered, and then the Edomites took over. All right, so I'm going to say to Israel, I hope this was beneficial to you, and I'm going to say shalom.
This is the word of the Lord of hosts. I took you from the pastures and from following the sheep to be prince over my people Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone and have destroyed all the enemies in your path. I will make you a great name among the great ones of the earth. I will assign a place for my people in Israel. There I will plant them, and they shall dwell in their own land.